Cosmic Girl 101 signing on for the Gemini Rising Astrology of April 2024. We're going to be discussing this month the Sun, the eclipse, which is a new moon, the full moon, Mercury, Mars, and Venus, and the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So let's discuss the Sun. Gemini Rising, the Sun is continuing its transit through your 11th house of benefic alliances that increase your visibility and are quite auspicious to your career, public image, and status. This is also the house, the 11th house, that's connected to friendships, groups, alliances, and associations because of them, and also your dreams and aspirations. So a lot of energy and illumination going towards friends, other people. It's energy going outwards, not inwards. And this continues until the 19th of April. On the 11th of April, that Sun is going to conjunct Mercury, which is in a retrograde in Aries, your 11th house. This is where you could be taking a step away from other people. You're offline. You're basically just taking a day and disconnecting to rejuvenate. On the 19th, that Sun ingresses into the sign of Taurus on the 20th till the 20th of May. And this is now where there's illumination and a lot of energy and drive is driven towards that 12th house. So the 12th house for the next 4 months is lit up for you, Gemini Rising, and this is where you have an opportunity and the time and patience to sit in the past, dissect your spiritual space, or enjoy quieter times behind the scenes. It's a great time to take a sabbatical before your solar return occurs. On the 21st, that Sun in Taurus is going to be squaring Pluto in Aquarius. So your 9th house and your 12th house is in a square aspect. Quite simply, I believe, Gemini Rising, you're going to have a clash of ideologies and spiritual connection and views for the future. You could be grappling or struggling to, expand past the knowledge that you've accumulated to date. It's when you feel like you can't have a breakthrough, but it's a passing trance. But I just think this is a jarring day when it comes to your mentality, how you're thinking. So just take care of your mental health and lay low if you can on the 21st. Delunations for the month of April are quite powerful, would be a word, and they're impactful for all of us because we're in eclipse season. For you, Gemini Rising, on the 8th of April, there's a new moon total solar eclipse occurring in the sign of Aries, which is your 11th house of friends, groups, associations, benefics that help you and your dreams, goals, and aspirations for the future. So when you have a new moon eclipse, there's something that's beginning here, a seeding point that you feel very emotionally connected to, but it's behind the scenes. And it's not going to flourish or come to its entirety or completion until October 17, 2024, when the full moon in Aries occurs. So it's an incubation stage of something quite lovely regarding a dream, aspiration, goal, connection with a group, society, or friendship that's going to basically be revealed on the October 17 this year. On the 23rd of April, there is a full moon in the sign of Scorpio. And for you, Gemini Rising, this is your 6th house. So think full moon of an emotional release exposure regarding your 6th house topics of work, employment, pets, your service to other people. So you could be ending a connection that has tied you up in regards to exchanges of finances or services, or it's like a bartering system. You're done, you're not helping out a friend, or you're changing something up, you're moving on from a work situation or possible work colleagues at the time of this full moon on the 23rd of April. Now on to Mars. Now Mars for you, Gemini Rising, rules your 11th house and your 6th house. Mars is transiting, opening up the month of April in the 10th house for you and continues to do so until the 30th of April. Now on the 10th of April, that Mars in Pisces is going to be conjuncting Saturn in Pisces, the 10th house. So a Mars-Saturn conjunction can see you removing, severing, or cutting away from a public space that you've been involved with for some time. You could be having a moment of responsibility. There's more direction needed from you, or you're asked to step it up in regards to your work or career, something that you do professionally. Could be a day where you're asked to take on a little bit more and shoulder a little bit more responsibility. But I also feel that you're going to be quite driven and inspired to possibly remove something that you've been known for some time in the professional workspace, or even your public image. On the 19th, that Mars in Pisces, your 10th house, is going to sextile Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, which is your 12th house. A sextile between the 12th and the 10th, for me, for you, Gemini Rising, looks as if there is going to be something from the past that's been brewing for some time, is being brought out into the light in a public space, especially when it comes to your public image. So you could be revealing something that's been going on for some time, but for you that's quite personal, or even a spiritual change that is going on for you that is impacting your work and career, or again, how you're known and seen in the world. On the 29th, Mars in Pisces is going to be conjuncting Neptune in Pisces. I like this because I think that you are going to have a breakthrough regarding a creative project, or a breakthrough regarding your psyche, or something to do with your mental state is going to be very charged and highlighted this day. Or you could be just doing something quite acute that gives you a sense of liberation when it comes to your work and how you're seen and known in the world. On the 30th, that Mars is going to ingress into Aries, your 11th house, until the 9th of June. So work, you, friendships, groups, alliances, this is all coming up for this transit when Mars is ingressing into Aries until the 9th of June. So there's a lot of action going on day to day regarding work and groups. You're expending a lot of physical energy, so take it easy here. Just take your time. I mean, it's great to be passionate and really want to get involved and have your fingers in a lot of pies. But everything in balance here, Gemini Rising, is what I suggest when you're having Mars ingressing your 11th house, which is connecting to your 6th house of work and 11th house of friendships and other people. Mercury, which is your ruling planet, Gemini Rising, and rules the 1st house and your 4th house. Mercury has been transiting in Aries, your 11th house. So a lot of activity in the home or communication, finances or financials have been highlighted in the house, or just spending a lot of money in the home, or real estate, or property and real estate and finances is highlighted or has been. And as we open up the month of April on the 1st, there's going to be a retrograde in Aries in your 11th house, that Mercury. So we're going to backtrack now, Gemini Rising, over those 1st house and 4th house topics, which is about you and other people's real estate issues or finances to do with home, property. A lot of family dynamics is being brought up again as well. So you're going back over things when that Mercury is retrograding in your 11th house, which is to do with group societies, friends, and other beneficiaries that assist you. So think about family members that are helpful or auspicious to you, that is connected to helping your career or public image, or even your financial standing. On the 8th of April, the moon is in the sign of Aries, and it's going to be conjuncting that retrograde Mercury. So there could be an emotional, this could be an emotional day for you, Gemini rising, regarding family, you. There's something to do here with finances too that's tied up in regards to other people that may be beneficiaries to you. And also friendships could be highlighted on this day to be highly charged emotionally. So forewarned is forearmed on the 8th of April. On the 19th, a Mercury retrograde in Aries is going to be conjuncting Venus in Aries. This looks like a return of a friendship, a return of finances regarding your home, family, property, also to do again with beneficiaries. So I can see these topics being quite integral for you, that 4th house, 1st house, and 11th house in April, Gemini rising. But it looks like a great return of finances or a friendship coming back online, something feeling more harmonious. On the 25th, we've got that Mercury going direct in Aries until the 15th of May. So now we're going direct, which is your 1st house and 4th house ruler, and it's going direct in your 11th house. So things are now turning around. So all the processing and returns of conversations, finances, the back and forward, things now escalate and move along exponentially in a higher speed. So things are developing and moving along quite nicely when it comes to you and how you're connected to home, family, and finances, groups and alliances and friendships. Things become a lot more organic when that Mercury is going direct. Now let's talk about Venus. Who doesn't like talking about Venus, the planet of love, beauty, abundance, and pleasure? Well, she rules your 12th house and your 5th house as a Gemini rising. Venus is in her joy in the 5th house. So for you as a Gemini rising, things feel pretty harmonious and organic when it comes to your sense of pleasure and friendships and romantic connections, and a lot of finances and investments may be a lot more lucrative or easier for you as a Gemini rising. Well, Venus opening up the month of April is transiting in the sign of Pisces, which is your 10th house of public image, your career, how you're seen and known in the world. So Venus here can have you discussing finances, getting your worth. Are you getting what you're worth in regards to all the energy and knowledge that you have? This is where you can be having financial discussions, or you can be developing friendships and relationships professionally, or even intimate relationships too in the workplace. On the 3rd of April, that Venus conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. This looks like a great day for a dream coming true or a creative breakthrough that you've been working on behind the scenes regarding your public image, or even a work situation seems to be quite optimistic or positive, and you're part of this. So this is a great day to mark in your calendar, the 3rd of April. On the 5th of April, that Venus is going to be ingressing into the sign of Aries, so leaving Pisces and moving into Aries, which is your 10th house of hopes, dreams, and aspirations and goals for your future, your friendships, your helpful alliances, groups and associations that we are connected to. So when Venus is here, you could be spending money on friends or groups and allies, or there could be a lot more harmony and flow going on here, but it's highlighted as something that's quite joyful and a lot of pleasure going on in regards to connecting with others, because the 11th house is connecting with other people. On the 6th of April, that Venus is sextiling Pluto in Aquarius, so your 9th house and your 11th house. You could be having some international recognition or international travel plans between you and others at this time, and there could be the finances available to plan something and make something concrete when it comes to your future dreams. On the 7th, we have the moon in Aries conjuncting Venus in Aries, which is your 11th house, And this is the day before the eclipse. So the moon conjunct Venus looks great for being in the body, having an aesthetic change, investing in the physical body. You and a friend could be going to a day spa, or you could just be connecting with a group or an organization that you feel connected to emotionally. This is a fantastic day to circle in the calendar as well. The 7th, I think it's a great day. On the 22nd, the moon in Libra opposes Venus in Libra, so that 11th and 5th house is in an opposition, and this is also the day before the full moon. So when you're talking about Libra Aries opposition, this is about what's pleasurable, where do I go more for pleasure? To me, it's not a really tricky day. It's like I can overindulge in pleasure and joy with a partner or a creative project, or I could, go out with my friends or sign up with an organization that I'm quite, feel that I'm really connected to, I'm an advocate for. Could be pets that are in distress, something like that. This opposition looks quite delicious as far as I can tell for you as a Gemini rising, as which is going to be more fun, my friends and family or self-indulgent pleasure. On the 29th, we've got that Venus ingressing into Taurus, your 12th house, until the 23rd of May. Venus ingressing into Taurus, which is her home sign, in your 12th house, looks as if this is a time for a sabbatical, just going offline and just enjoying the pleasures of life, really enjoying the sensual, divine, feminine side, connected with your spirituality, also your sense of, doing things like investing in something with the physical body, having cosmetic surgery, for example, getting tattoos. This transit is favorable for you when it's transiting in Taurus, your 12th house, of things behind the scenes. So a lot of pleasure under the blankets. It's not visual, it's something that's going on behind the scenes, and that's internal. Jupiter and Uranus are going into a conjunction on the 20th of April 2024. For you, Gemini rising, this is the beginning of a new synodic cycle in your 12th house of things behind the scene and the past. So this sets off a new direction for Jupiter and Uranus. It's the beginning of something that's behind the scenes. It's the beginning of changing up your beliefs or your ideologies or spiritual connection regarding things from the past, your esoteric divinatory side of life. It's also where you might be beginning to shake things up regarding old habits and trying and beginning something new for yourself. This conjunction opposes your 6th house of Scorpio. So this can have a lot to do with taking time out for yourself periodically from work or something that you do day to day, because you're more engrossed with doing things behind the scenes. Like I said, it could be to do with that Venus transiting Taurus as well, of surgery or changing something up cosmetically with the body. So like if you're getting something, for example, like breast implants, something like that off the cuff that I'm thinking, it's going to take some time and take you away from your daily routine and your work. So this axis, the 12th and 6th house here, this change is going on because you're trying to do something here in that 12th house that removes you from the past, and you're wanting to change things up that changes your physical appearance, and especially when it comes to your own mental health. So for you, Gemini rising, this is going to be an interesting change that's coming up with you, with your work, things that you've done in service for a long time, and possibly behind the scenes that you're now releasing yourself from and changing something. You're transforming some powerful stuff behind the scenes when Jupiter-Uranus conjunction continues its new cycle. Cosmic Girl 101 signing off for the Gemini Rising Astrology Report of April 2024. I hope you have a blessed month, and I will see you in the next video.